We stand on the shoulders of giants.
In the modern world, we credit our current advances to Western science and philosophy throughout history. However, in our quest to understand the past, we ignore the Islamic contributions that have affected our lives so greatly. The fact is, without the great Muslim inventors, scholars, and philosophers, the European Renaissance wouldn't have happened. But how come those contributions are mostly overlooked in our history lessons? This is because of a blinding modern masses in the Western society that Islam is backward and not progressive enough, or a concerted effort by modern academia not to give credits where credits are due. How and when did the Muslims affect our lives so greatly, you might ask? If we look back to when Europe was hindered by a period called the Dark Ages, the Islamic Golden Age flourished with its influential work. Muslims studied many mathematical material from places like Greece, Babylonia, Syria, and India. Their study of subjects such as Greek math helped preserve much of the surviving Greek work. They combined the knowledge they gathered and further extended mathematical developments. Muslim scholars have full credit for creating the decimal place number system, which used Indian numerals. Another example is when Al-Khwarizmi invented algebra and algorithms. Can you imagine the world without these basic elements of modern technology? Many modern medical practices trace their roots to the Islamic Golden Age. Muslim doctors spread the practice of performing surgery, and they founded hospitals for the first time. They combined the use of Arabian, Iranian, Indian, Hellenistic, Greek, and Roman medicine. Scholars such as Ibn Sina and al-Razi advanced the medical world further. Razi is considered the father of pediatrics because he discovered the immune system and was one of the best hospital surgeons of his time. Ibn Sina wrote many books that contained important medical content that were used as textbooks in universities for centuries after his death. Muslims studied fields of physics including optics, magnetism, mechanics, including statics, dynamics, kinematics, and motion, and astronomy. During the Middle Ages, Greek ideas were resurrected and extended by writers in the Muslim world. Ibn al-Haytham, widely known as Al-Hazan, wrote the Book of Optics, in which he explored reflection and refraction, and proposed a new system for explaining vision and light. He created the theory that light reflected in all directions in straight lines from all points of the objects being viewed, and then entered the eye, although he didn't know how light was captured by the eye. The Book of Optics was anonymously translated into Latin, and was further expanded upon by Wojtyła, a Polish monk. This made it a standard text in Europe for following centuries to come. Muslims translated Greek, Sassanid, and Indian astronomy, and then built upon them. Their astronomical advances then influenced India, Byzantine, Europe, China, and Malaya. Brass astrolabes were built to find the Qibla, or direction of prayer, advancing existing Greek astrolabes. Much like the astrolabe, Muslims improved Greek sundials. They also expanded upon the celestial globe and the armillary sphere. Muslims built several forms of quadrants for astronomical calculations, and various forms of the horary quadrant, which is used to determine time. Muslims also invented the equatorium used for finding the position of the sun, moon, and planets. Islamic architecture was strongly influenced by Sassanid architecture in Central Asia. Construction of the Great Mosque of Cordoba marked the beginning of Moorish architecture in the Iberian Peninsula. This style reached its peak with the construction of the Alhambra located in Granada. This is a magnificent fortress palace with a breezy, open interior with red, blue, and gold walls decorated with stylized foliage motifs, Arabic inscriptions, and other design work. Without the Islamic Golden Age, the Renaissance of Europe could not begin. The city of Granada was filled with beauty not seen anywhere else in Europe. When Crusaders invaded Jerusalem, they were inspired by the Muslim Empire. After the Crusades, they were more open to different cultures, and were especially interested in Islamic advancements. Because of their interest in Islamic countries, the Europeans began to seek knowledge, initiating the beginning of the Renaissance. In this video you have learned nothing but a glimpse of the greatness Islam has achieved in its golden age. Muslims have achieved much more than what was mentioned in this video. Muslim inventors and scientists discovered things 5 or 6 centuries ahead of modern scientists. Their invention and discoveries were both from their own research and studies as well as based upon the work of prior civilizations. Without their efforts of translating the great works of Greek and other prior civilizations, those works would have been lost. So we can say without any hesitation that our modern world is shaped by the contributions of the great Muslim scientists, mathematicians, philosophers and thinkers. Because of them, our world has been blessed with things that make us who we are. Because of them, we are able to strive towards higher goals. We have the ability to make achievements that were unthinkable to people from generations before. Because of Muslims, our world is what it is today.